So for this afternoon, we'll discuss this one, frequency division multiplexing, or FDM. I think second to the last na sinato nga topic. Okay, we're finishing na sa digital T carriers and multiplexing. Okay. So FDM, or frequency division multiplexing. So next na itong meet sa kaning subject next week pa. No? So we'll have a very long weekend starting tomorrow. Tomorrow is November 30, wala klase. December 1, taman December 5, kay Savior Days. So agad po klase. Yeah. So very, very long weekend. Mas taas pa ang break na to alone kaysa sa break nyo before. Anyway, so FDM, frequency division multiplexing. The difference between this one and TDM, or time division multiplexing, which we have discussed before, is that in frequency division multiplexing, both systems employ singular channels, no? Whether TDM or FDM, single channel, and multiple sources. Okay, so multiple sources, multiple sources, and single channel, of course, or single medium, kaya basig kung anong term nga channel, misleading. So for TDM, if we have multiple sources, they will be transmitted at different times. So lahi nga time ang pag-transmit for each source. Example, yan na. So na-transmit first ang source 1 first, second, ang third, so on and so forth. Yan na. So time domain. Whereas for FDM, for frequency domain, ang figure parehara, no? But all of the signal, the red one, the green one, and the blue one, are transmitted all at the same time. Simultaneous ang pag-transmit sa ilaha, no? Meaning i-combine, no? There's some form of combination, i-combine sa tanan, but at different frequencies. So this is measured all in the frequency domain. So this is frequency 1, frequency 2, and frequency 3. So lalahi lang gina-occupy nga bandwidth, so to speak. Maybe mo yung bandwidth sa signal 1, or source 1, mo yung bandwidth sa source 2, mo yung bandwidth sa source 3. Okay? Yan na. 1, 2, 3 din eh. 2, 3. Okay? So yan ang idea sa FDM. So mala siya the usual, no? The usual na or higher level lang gamay sa AM or FM transmission. Because while in fact, FDM is an analog type of multiplexing scheme. So this is a purely analog na multiplexing scheme. Analog. And if digital siya, i-transform gapon siya into analog. Okay? So, whether wireless or wired, well, of course, kung wireless, it-transform kita into analog. Pero even if wired transmission, but if magamit ang FDM, i-transform gapon siya into analog because FDM is an analog transmission or multiplexing scheme. With FDM, multiple sources that originally occupy the same frequency spectrum are each converted to a different frequency band and transmitted simultaneously over a single medium, which can be physical cable or Earth's atmosphere, i.e. wirelessly. Thus, many relatively narrow bandwidth channels, okay? So ang sources ani is narrow bandwidth, let's say voice channel. So voice. Ang magnaman sila visual ani sa next na slide. So 0 to 4K. Example lang. So ang bandwidth sa each source, kay voice channel man siya, is 0 to 4K. Let's say for example. And so walay sampling may tabo, so dili 8K ang atong transmission rate. So 4K gyapon. So meaning, sa simple lang nga illustration, it's possible na ang total bandwidth sa atong composite signal na i-transmit is 4 times 3, 12 kilohertz. So it might be like that. 12 kilohertz ang composite na signal na matransmit. Okay? Many relatively low bandwidth channels can be transmitted over a single wide bandwidth transmission system without interfering with each other. Okay? Essentially FDM is taking a given bandwidth, in this case 12 kilohertz, and subdividing it into narrower segments, with each segment carrying different information. So kaning blue, green, and red na signal are transmitted again simultaneously or at the same time, but at different frequencies. So a familiar example of FDM is the commercial AM broadcast band, such as this one. The commercial AM broadcast band, which occupies a frequency spectrum of 535 kilohertz to 1605 kilohertz. Each broadcast station carries an information signal that occupies between 0 to 5 kilohertz. So ang source ani is 0 to 5K. Okay? So 0 to 5K ra ang source ani nga bandwidth, 5K, so on so forth. And that is apparent because if you notice, 5K ang difference sa boundary frequencies for each channel. So for channel 1, 535 to 545. For channel 2, 545 to 555, so on and so forth. So each is na ay 5 kilohertz na bandwidth. Okay? So 5 kilohertz times how many channels? 107. 5 times 107 is 535 plus 535 is 10. So, wait ha. 5 times 107. Okay, 535. 107. Yeah. Ito. So, 1605 divided by 107 is 15. 15. 10. 10 ang band. No, dili 5 ang bandwidth, 10 de. Diba? So 10 ang bandwidth dahil dili 5 no. 10 dahil bandwidth kada channel. Okay. 10K. Each broadcast station carries an information that occupies between 0 to 5. If the information from each station were transmitted with the original frequency spectrum, it would be impossible to differentiate or separate one station's transmission from the other. No? So if each station daw, if wala FDM ay tabo, and each station would be transmitting their own information signal directly, no, sa ingani nga pamaagi. Okay? Si station 1 is 0 to 5 kilohertz. Si station 2 is 0 to 5 kilohertz gyapon. So the signals would be interfering. Okay, kaya the same as sila frequency tanan. So there must be a scheme para sila tanan is simultaneously transmitting at the same time. Okay? So moto ang solution FDM. Instead, each station amplitude modulates a different carrier frequency and produces a 10 kilohertz signal, 10 kilohertz nga bandwidth. Because the carrier frequencies of aviation stations are separated by 10 kilohertz, the total commercial AM broadcast band is divided into 107 kabuok nga 10 kilohertz frequency. Slots stacked next to each other in the frequency spectrum. So kada isa ani nga channel is laylay sila og carrier frequency. Laylay sila og kanang carrier or central frequency. Kung pila central frequency ani, pila ba na 535 540 no 540 iyang central frequency. Yeah, 540 550. So on and so forth. So dili gid mag-interfere kay 5K ra biya ang kuan, no? 5K ra biya ang bandwidth sa information signal. So pila ba ni? It might be na 470 447.5 to 452.5, no? Yan na kay 5K naman bandwidth sa information. Pero yung center frequency is 550. So transmitted siya using 10 kilohertz nga bandwidth. So yes, dili gid mag-interfere ang mga adjacent na channels. Okay? The total, sakto. Okay. Okay. So, before I proceed, any questions?
Okay pa, sir.
Okay pa? Kaya pala ako mabasa inyong mga ano. Okay, mamay ganina. Okay. So, even in telephone systems, okay, nga dili TDM ang gamit, there are also telephone systems that utilize FDM or frequency division multiplexing, especially in long distance calls. Yeah. So a good example of this one is AT&T's FDM hierarchy. So this one is AT&T. As we all know, this is a telephone service provider of di na lang man mao gyud karon dagan naman sila ng telephone service providers, no? But before AT&T was king. So this is AT&T's FDM hierarchy. Okay? Especially in their long distance na communications, they use FDM. So it all starts with this one, the voice band data modem, or one singular channel. No? So it's most probable isa siya ka subscriber. Okay? So each channel has pila ba niya iyang kuan? 4 kilohertz, no? 4 kilohertz na bandwidth. Okay? So 4K ang bandwidth for each channel, no? So ang next na level sa hierarchy. So if each of these is called a channel, the next is called a group. This one, okay, the group. So a group is composed of 12 channels, okay? 12 voice band telephone channels. So that's a group. Ang next na level is a super group. Okay, super group, SG. Okay, super group. Each super group is composed of Pila ba? Five, no? Five groups. So, pila ka channels tanan? 5 times 12 each, na like 60, no? 60 voice channels for each supergroup. Ang next is, after sa supergroup, next nga level is ang master group, MG. Each master group is composed of 10 supergroups. So 10 times 60, 600. Okay, each supergroup now is composed of 600 voice channels. Okay, so 600 voice channels. Ano? Be, by difference sa each. Message channel is the basic building. Back to this sa sinugdanan. Message channel is the basic building block of a FDM hierarchy. The basic message channel was originally intended to be analog, although it now includes any transmission that utilizes voice band frequencies from 0 to 4 kilohertz, such as data transmission. Okay naman data, basta as long as 4K ang rate. The basic voice band or VB circuit is called a basic 3002 channel and is actually band limited to approximately 300 to 3 kilohertz. Although for practical design considerations, it's considered a 4 kilohertz channel. Okay. So a group then, next na level, as what I've said earlier, is the next higher level in the FDM hierarchy above the basic message channel, and it's the first multiplexing step for combining message channels. Basic group consists of 12 voice band messages. So a basic unit is called a voice band channel. Next is a group composed of 12 voice band channels. 12 voice band channels. Sakto. Multiplex together by stacking them next to each other. So 12 4K voice band channels occupy a combined bandwidth of 48 kilohertz. So 4K times 12 channels. So ang bandwidth sa group is 48 kilohertz. Ang bandwidth for each group. Okay? Next is a supergroup composed of 5 groups. 5 groups containing 12 channels each for a total combined bandwidth of 240. So 48 times 5 is equal to 240. 240 kilohertz ang bandwidth for each supergroup. Next is master group. A master group. Next highest level of multiplexing is the master group, which is formed by fixed frequency division multiplexing 10 supergroups together. 10 supergroups for a combined capacity of 600 voice band channels. 600 ba? 10 times 5 times 12. Yeah, 600. So 50 groups. 50 times 12 is 600. 600 voice channels. A bandwidth of pila ba ni? 240 times 10 equals 2.4 megahertz bandwidth. Typically, 3 master groups are frequency division multiplex together and placed on a single microwave or satellite radio channel. So sa medium, I guess ang proper term na dili next is ang medium na dayon. the medium, which is wireless, either microwave or satellite, composed of three mega groups. Okay. The capacity then of the medium should be pila ba? 2.4 times 3? 2.4 times 3, 6, 7, 7.2 megahertz. Okay, so 2.4 times 3 equals 7.2 megahertz. This should be the capacity of our medium, 7.2 megahertz. Okay? So, kung ano kayo, no, malaggamay lang kayo tan-awon sa kaninga visual. Pero remember that this master group is composed of 1,800 voice band channels, no? 1,800. Asa magikan ng 1,800? 12 times 5 times pila to 10 times 3. 12 times 5 times 10 times 3. Yeah, times 3. 12 voice channels per group, 5 groups per super group, 10 super groups per mega master group, mega group, master group, and 3 master groups per medium. Okay. So 1,800 voice band channels. Okay, mamos yun eh. Before I proceed, any questions? Okay pa? No? After ani, medyo, warning daan. Medyo foggy na. Sabtan pa ba? Notes. Okay. Sige. Ako lang i-upload kaning slides. So if you want to take notes sa kaning notes na ako sa gilid, please do so.
We will buy another balloon.
Okay.
We will buy another balloon. The circle,
Okay na,
the
sir.
ball.
Sige. Thank you, Mau. Okay, I'll proceed ha. So this is a figure for a group. Okay. So isa siya ka group. Remember that again, the bandwidth of a group is 48 kilohertz. So, sakto ba ni? 48 ba ni? 6,208 kilohertz?
What color? What color do you like for
108 minus 60. Yeah, 48. Okay. 48 because each channel from channel 1 to channel 12 is 4 kilohertz each. So, 4 times 12, that's 48. Pero nagsugod siya sa 60K. 60 kilohertz. So, meaning, panawag noon ni siya. But, ang bandwidth lugar sa channel 1 is from 104 to 108. Meaning, ang channel 2 is from 100 to 104. Ang next is from 96 to 100 kilohertz ang channel 3. So on and so forth. Such that ang channel 12 is from 60 to 64 kilohertz. Okay? So muna ilang mga bandwidth or mga frequency band allocation. Okay? And muna yung mga carrier frequency for each channel. So ang carrier frequency for channel 1 is 108. Ang carrier frequency sa channel 2 is pila ba? 104. Okay. Sa channel 3 is 100 and so on and so forth. So kung sa bottom na part, muna isa ka group. Okay? So ang isa ka group is from channel 1 nasa rightmost to channel 12 nasa leftmost Okay, na sa leftmost ang channel 12. So from 60 to 108. Okay. Bandwidth is 48. 48 divided by 12, it's 4. So 4 tuod gyud ang bandwidth for each channel. Okay? So this is the formula for computing the carrier frequency. 112 minus 4 times n kilohertz, where n is the channel number. So if channel 1, 112 minus 4, channel 2, 112 minus 8, channel 3, 112 minus 12, so on and so forth. So that's the formula for frequency. No, carrier frequency, which is summarized here. Okay, so no need for us to solve yun. Okay, nanadili ang nanadili ang summary sa kada carrier frequency for each channel. Okay? So, gamit ani nga formula, we can produce this table. Okay? So, how about for the frequency band? No? The bandwidth allocation. Let's say, for example, 104 to 108, 100 to 104, 96 to 100. Is there a formula for that one? Naman sa book. So, ako lang ibutang po dire. The output frequency is equal to the carrier frequency minus 4K, 4 kilohertz. This is from and to carrier frequency. No? FC minus 4K to FC. Okay, doon man nakakuha, do? So, for example, channel 12. Channel 12 is, example, channel 12 is 112 minus 4 times 12, which is 48. So, 112 minus 48 is 64. Okay, 64 kilohertz. Alang 64 kilohertz. So, 64. Okay, so need to solve yung tato. So, for the channel 12, 64 kilohertz, ang lagay yung output frequency. Example, for channel 12, it's from 64 minus 4K to 64, or 60 to 64K. Dala. 60 to 64K. Okay? Pero, I don't know, no? For me, mas helpful ang mas helpful ang figure kaysa formula. Figure sa pinaka-bottom na part. From channel 12 to channel 1. Okay? So, the same gyapon for the supergroup. Okay? So, this is the visual or figure for the supergroup. Again, supergroup is composed of 5 groups. Okay? So, 5 groups each. So, each group, again, okay, na-bandwidth nga 60 to 108. Okay? 60 to 108. Pero 5 lang ni sila. 5 na siya ka groups. 5 ka 60 to 108 nga sources. So, pila now ang bandwidth ni supergroup? Pila to? Ito na compute ganina. Supergroup has a bandwidth of 240 kilohertz. Kaya ito tanaw, 240 pag yun to. Figure. 240 ba ne? 312 plus 240. 312 plus 240. Sakto, 552. So, nasa bandwidth nga 240 kilohertz. Or 48 times 5. Okay. 48 times 5. Ang carrier frequency for each group then is, pwede ka compute, pwede ka pong dili, na-summarize na sa previous nga slide, table 8. For each group, ano yung mga carrier frequency. Okay? Because using the carrier frequency, makompute po ang F out. No? Di na lang ko i-type isulat ang formula for the output frequency range. No? Ganina, that was, ano sa to? FC to FC minus 4K to FC. For the supergroup, we need to compute for the carrier frequency kaya nakasummarize na sa table. Ang range na lang siguro. F out. F out is equal to FC minus 108K to FC minus 60K. Yeah. So, example, group 5. Group 5. So, group 5 has a carrier frequency of 612. Okay. Example, group 5. So, FC from the table is 612 kilohertz. So, 612 minus 108 to 612 minus 60. So 504 kilohertz to 552 kilohertz. Okay. So sakto ba ni? Tapos pikas nga slide 504 to 552 dapat ang group 5. So group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5, dala. 504 to 552. Okay. So again, kapoy man for running a formula all the time. Mas convenient ni. Kaning figure sa bottom nga part. Group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5. So each group again is composed of 12, no? 12 channels. So 360 minus 312 is 48. So each group ani is divided into 12 voice channels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, 12. Okay? Same yapon sa group 2, 360 to 48. Group, voice channel 1, voice channel 2, voice channel 3, so on and so forth, 11 and 12. So, 5 kabuok nga 12, that's 60. Okay? Okay, before I proceed, any questions? So, ano din ang formula, no, for the carrier frequency. Walang formula for the allocated bandwidth. Sige lang naman sa pikas nga slide. Inaapod dire. No? Kung mag-refer lang ta sa figure, no need to solve for the formula. I have to use the formula to solve. Okay, what's next? What's next after the supergroup, master group? So we have two types of master group schemes. We have the U600 and the L600 master group. Okay. So L600 master group and U600 master group. Each of them is composed of 10. Diba? 10 supergroups. Master group is 10 supergroups. And ang bandwidth is 2.4 megahertz. Di na siguro ni 2.4. Ata na to, no? Naman ko na addition, no? Na badungag. Okay? 2.4 mong gagyapon sa book. Pero sige lang, tanaw na to. Tinuod ba gyud ni nga 2.4? Sige daw, 2.4 ni. 3084 minus 564. 2.4 dili. Ang bandwidth sa master group. 2 kilohertz na to. So 2520 kilohertz ang bandwidth, no? Pero di ba 2.4 la dapat to? Because 240 ra biya ni ang H supergroup. Okay? 240. 240 naman eh, di ba? 552 minus 312. 240. So, 240K, 240K, so on so forth. Supposed to be this is still 240K. So, napulo ka 240K. So, dapat 2,400K lang ang bandwidth. So, 520 lagi or 2,520. So, na extra na pila ba? 2,400 minus 2,520. 120 kilohertz. Okay, na extra am na napadulong. So, before na ko na-answer. So, dala ang each supergroup with their carrier frequencies. Okay? In kilohertz. So, ang supergroups are named as such for U600. It's supergroup 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, D25, D26, D27, D28. Pero napulo lang sa buok. Okay? For L600, supergroup 1 to supergroup 9. Supergroup 10. So, balik ta dire, napadulong ang extra, no? Extra 120. Okay. Nala, dili napadulong. Sa what we call as guard band. Nala, guard band. Guard band. So what's a guard band? This is an example of a figure for a guard band. The guard band is a bandwidth separation between adjacent channels. Okay, so in this case, not necessarily related ni sa previous na to nga groupings, but I think this just illustrates guard band. No? So between channel 1 and channel 2, and even channel 2 and channel 3, are a guard band of 1.3 kilohertz. Okay? So purpose of the guard band is, of course, for separation. No? Pero nga nung wala may guard band sa previous na channels, I think it has to do with the level of frequency na of transmission, or the level of the carrier frequency. So for higher frequencies, need na guard band, no, to solve the problems of interference. Kay high frequency naman eh. High frequency na ang carrier frequency compared sa groups and supergroups. So in between each guard band, in between each supergroup is a guard band. Okay? So we have 8, and another 8 here, another 8, another 8. Let's see if mutali ba siya og 120. No? And 8. Between supergroup 18 and 25 is a 56 kilohertz guard band. D25 and D26 kay I think 8 gihapon. So 8 and 8 be. To kung mutali ba siya pila ka 8 ni 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 times 8, that's 64. 8 ka separation. Supposed to be 9, no? Kay 10 man sa kabok nga super groups. So 9 ang separation. So ang isa is 58, 56 man. So 8 times 8K plus 56. So ito ang 120. 120 kilohertz na total nga gi-allocate for guard bands. So dala 120. So 120 for guard band plus 2,400 kilohertz for the channels super groups with a total of 2,520 kilohertz. So muna ang bandwidth between 564 and 3084 kilohertz. Okay? Ito. Kilohertz. Yes, sakto. So the same naman na idea sa previous, no? Naalay, nadungag nga guard band. How about for the L600? Nagya po guard band. Okay. Diba? So for your supergroup 1, between supergroup 1 and supergroup 2 is 12. And I think 8 na siguro nito nan. No, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. And between 8 and 9 is 28, and 9 and 10 is 36. Be, if 120 bagyapon ni, pila ka 8 ni? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 times 6 is 48 plus 12 plus 28 plus 36. 124 lagi ni. So 124 siguro for, abe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 times 6, 48 plus 12 plus 28 plus 36. Okay, 124. No. 300 minus 60, 240, 552 minus 312, 40 gap 1, 804 minus 564, 240. 240 man tanan, no? 2548 minus 2788, 240 gap 1. Then, alam ko ako nang gina-minus ang mga critical frequencies sa kada supergroup. Tanan ako kung nabay nagkulang. 2788 minus 2548, 240. 2412 minus 2172. 2044 minus 1804. 1556 minus 1796. 1308 minus 1548. 1060 minus 1300. 812 minus 1052. 564 minus 804. 312 minus 552. Okay. So 240 man tanan, no? The same sa atong mga na-compute earlier, like this one. 240K man ang each. Ang bandwidth for each supergroup. So 240 times 10. Ito po kayo. So 240 times 10 plus 8 ka kilohertz ng guard band times ulan sa kabuok. Ka 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 times 6. Plus 12. Plus 28. Plus 36. 40 times 10
Wala mo anad na
plus 8 times 6 plus 12 plus 28 plus 36.
Where's your shoes?
2524 lagi sobra gamay, no? 2520 naman ni siya.
Where's
So ang total
Wait for mommy. We will get your shoes.
2728 lagi nakabutang diri. Ang basin dili 8.
Games are talking in mommy's computer. Mommy,
2728 ang lagi kan.
Daddy, you know you're talking in mommy's computer.
I'm here, not here. Don't. You're still getting.
So this is 2400 be. Okay, dili 8 ang difference dire. 564 minus 552 12.
Where's my glasses?
Dire dire kay 8 8 8 okay 5 lang ka 8
Pasuloy lang, Noy.
5 ka 8 then 2 ka 12
Where's your shoes?
400 plus 40 plus 24 plus 28 plus 36 2528 magi ka ng 2728 hmm 136 136 ni nga guard band
Wala, uy.
kuan siguro ni typo kaya kung follow ta ni 100 36 dapat kani 2172 minus 2044 is 128 okay typo so again 2400 plus 40 plus 24 plus 128 plus 136 to that 2728 2728 kilohertz.
Wait first.
Okay, tula na nakita na ang typo ni Tomasi. 128 o 136 dapat na siya. Unless nangasayop siya dire. Okay. Any questions so far? Sabtan pa? Klaro pa man, no? Goods pa? Kani, ito na sayop dire. 2520 magin ni siya. So, okay. That's for the master group. Next is super groups to form a master group. Next is ang medium na channel. So 3, no? 3 na. And this is only 2728 na. So 2728 ba ni? 564 minus 3084 2520 lagi ni. So kung siguro ni U600 ni siya nga master group. Nga naman 2520 man ang difference, no? 5684 minus 31 64. 2520 gyapon ni. And the same with this one. 8284 minus 5764. 2520. So mga U600 ni sila. Guard band is 80 kilohertz plus 160. So 720. Sakto lang. So basic la. Nahulay something special sa radio channel mismo or sa medium. So master group 1 is 564 to 3084. Master group 2 is 3164 to 5684. Master group 3 is 5764 to 8284. And again, ang pinaka-useful na to diri nga tool is ang mga output spectrum, no, na mga figures. This one, output spectrum. Output spectrum ane sa medium, output spectrum sa master group, sa super group, ug sa group. Okay? Questions so far for kung padayon? Are you still there?
Yes, sir.
So naay kuan dire, naay example or problem nga kada i-solve. Ito type solve. Now this is problem 11-11 or problem number 11 sa book. Calculate the frequency range for a single FDM channel at the output of the channel, at the output of the group, at the output of the supergroup, and the output of the master group, combining networks for the following assignments. For channel, for the group, for the supergroup, and master group. Channel 2 of group 2 of supergroup 13 of master group 1. Sige, ito daw ning tagsa-tagsaon. Channel 2. Okay. Ano sige matugpap? Channel 2. Wala. So no need to solve. 100 to 104. Okay. For the channel in each group, kanino, sige nagpap. Kung mag-change ko slide. So for the channel, it's 100, pila to? Channel 2 is 100 to 104. Okay? Yan kailangan solve. For channel 2 of group 2, okay, Group 2. Group 2 of channel 2 to, no? So group 2 is 360 to 48. 360 to 408. Okay. So di pa niya ang final answer, no? So from the figure, group 2 is 360 to 408. Okay? Pwede pa na siya answer because ang group 2 or each group biya is divided into 12, no? So kaning 360 to 408, kung ato ning i-drawing, ayan na siya. Okay? And divided each into 12. Ayan na. So group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, blah, blah, blah. Taman 12. So the question is group 2, channel 2 of group 2. So what is channel 2 of group 2? Pila bandwidth sa kada channel? 4. No? So 360, 408 minus 360 divided by 12, so 4. So 360 to 364 is channel 1 and 364 to 360 364 364 to 368. So one ang answer. Okay? So the final answer is 364 to 368 kilohertz. This is channel 2 of group 2. Before ko proceed, any questions? Sabtan ba? So I only used the output spectrum na output spectrum na figures. No, wala na akong nagamit ng formula. I think mas libog na siguro kung magamit formula. So for each channel, of course, I determined the bandwidth allocation. Ang first question is channel 2 man to. Channel 2 is 104 to 100 to 104. Group 2 is 360 to 408. But the question, what is channel 2 of group 2? So channel 2 of group 2 is, speak as a slide. Diba? 364 to 368. Okay. So kanina medyo tricky na ni. Supergroup 13. So channel 2 of group 2 of supergroup 13. So supergroup 13. Bandi siya. So supergroup 13 is assuming U600, okay, is the 5642 804. later. To 604. Okay. So, di siya as simple as ingani lang. Supergroup 13 ba? Ilagay, supergroup 13. So, meron siya group 1. Kaya ang iyamang naming is supergroup 13 to 18. And then 25 to 28. So, meron siya group 1. So, 5, 6, 4 at 804 day. 604 to 804. And each supergroup is divided into plato groups. 5. Yeah. Pili bandwidth sa each group, sa supergroup. $48. So 564 plus 48 is 612 plus 48, 660, 708, 756. So group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, and group 5. So it's group 2 of channel 2. No? Check daw ni class kung correct ba akong pag-allocate from 564 to 804 with a bandwidth of 48 each group. Correct naman din, no? Are you still there? I think correct man yun eh. 48 man ang gap or ang bandwidth sa each. So 564 plus 48 plus 48 plus 48 plus 48 plus 48. Okay. So group 2 is from 612 to 600. Okay. So group 2 which is our requirement, is from 612 to 600. And 612 to 600 is divided into, magyapon tag mangyani balik, will be divided into 12. So 612 divided by 600. So ang channel 1 is 612 to 616. Channel 2 is 616 to 620. 620 to 624, so on and so forth. Pero ito lang ang requirement is channel 2. So channel 2 of group 2 of supergroup 13 is from 616 to 620 kilohertz. Ito pa, pang blue ang mga correct answers ba. Okay, last. Mr. Group 1. From the figure, Master Group 1 is from 564 to 3084. Which is divided into 3. Nga na 252 each. So si supergroup 13 is nasa ito 2520. Ay, okay, wait. Wait. Okay, supergroup 13. Wala pa man, di pa man mag-matter ang guard band. Kaya ang next nga guard band is after pa man kay 804. No? Kasi supergroup 13 man ang pinakauna. Di ba? Supergroup 13. Dala, 564 to 804. Okay lang kung ang question is supergroup 14. So, i-consider na to nga guard band. Wala pa man. So, even ang master group 1 is wala pa ang guard band. No? 2520. 2520. Okay. So, si supergroup 13 is nasa from 564 to pila bandwidth sa supergroup? 240. So, 564 plus 240. 804. So, from 564 to 804. So parehara, no? Parehara ang answer. Di na ako i-solve because ang bandwidth ni SG13 o ang bandwidth ni SG13 kay MG1 is 564 to 804 gihapon. So the same lang process as nasa taas. Dili all the time ingani ha because magmatter man gud ang guard band. Timing lang ang given is si MG1 is ang pinakauna nga master group. Si SG13 is ang pinakauna nga super group kay master group 1. So dali lang siya ma-solve. So the final answer to this one is also 616 to 620 kilohertz. Sige. Analyze. Okay? Asa ko na. Tangtangan sa akong mic. Mga alas 5 siguro. Kailangan biyahe na. Okay? Okay. Okay. Bisa dibilin tayo eh. Sige. Okay. Unless na ko'y something na miss, ang answer ni Tomasi is 746 to 750. Na sure yun sa niya pag solve ni. The same answer sa channel ug sa group. 100, 204 ug 364 to 368. Pero iyang answer sa super group ug master group in the same way nga parehas akong answer sa super group ug master group 616 to 620. Iyang answer sa super group ug master group kay 746 to 750. Unless na ako'y wala na consider, di ko sure kung anong nag-differ me. Pero ako pa rin gina-figure out, no? Asa may naglahi. Pero di ko sure anong na 746 to 750 iyaha. Nga bungkig man. No? Pila to 750. Nga 756 man ang kuan, dala oh. Ang group 4 yeah. Even if iyang gi-consider ang group 4, ang iyang answer is mag-fall man sa group 4, no, 746 to 750. Iyang answer is mag-fall in between here. So even if naa diha 750, dili man siya multiples of 4 nga difference kay 756 biya ni minus 4 ana is 752 biya. So ang next nga bandwidth is 748 to 752. So di ko sure kung asa niya gikuha iyahang 746 to 750, dili siya multiples of 4. And then ang groups la ba inside sa supergroup wala pala ba yung guard band. Oh. So I'm sure ko correct pa man ni akong analysis. Hindi ko sure kung asa niya giko iya. Pero sige lang, I'll try to check this one again. Kasi ako na-miss. So far mo, stick pa ko sa akong answer. No? Now, you could practice. Okay? Naman ni sa book, no? Or sa end nga part sa book na to. 11. Channel, group, super group, master group. And naman po yung answer key sa likod. So you could try this one out. Channel 6 of group 3 of supergroup 18 of master group 2. Channel 4 of group 5 of supergroup D25 of master group 2. And channel 9 of group 4 of supergroup D28 of master group 3. Pwede nyo ni-practicean or try to practice this one. No? Take extra careful lang sa kaninga mga supergroups, sa kaninga given. Because consider na this time ang guard band. Sa first example, wala pa may guard band between supergroup 13 ug master group 1. Wala pa na sila mga guard band. So sa kaninga mga supergroups o kaninga mga master group na sila mga guard band. So careful lang. So ako lang i-upload ang atong notes this afternoon. Ako i-upload sa e-learn para na amoy reference. Okay?